Hello, and welcome to day 26 of the 30-day challenge of working through depression. Being consistent in good habits, taking care of yourself. Anywho, today's a unique day. I'm starting a 5-day course today. It's over Zoom. I'm going to be learning some different techniques on how to put together digital products and selling them. I'm excited about that. But most mornings I try to, if I'm not going to a meeting or having to be anywhere, I try to spend some prayer time and quiet time. And, I love to look out my kitchen window, which is the window I'm in front of right now. I just like to look into the clouds, into the sky, and I don't know if it's a coincidence, but every time I pray and I sing, the clouds always end up parting, okay? And the sun shines. I don't know if that's a coincidence, but I didn't really get far into it before I wanted to stop and make this video. It just kind of hit me as I was like, okay, I'm gonna do this training thing, and I really got to put a lot of effort and focus into it because I want to change my life. And I was looking into the sky, and I'm like, it just hit me. I'm like, you know what real wealth is? You know what real fulfillment is having a spiritual experience. And I just realized why don't I spend the time, energy, and focus that I've been putting into grasping for knowledge on how to make my life better? What if I put that into seeking God, seeking Jesus Christ himself to come and visit me like he's done for other people? I don't know if you're aware, but there are a lot of testimonies coming out of the Middle East of Muslim people having incredible dreams of Jesus and him basically showing his nail-scarred hands and coming to them in dreams and then being radically saved is what we call it, where they believe in him and trust in him for their salvation. And I'm like, wow, we have financial needs, but I feel the spiritual need is the need of the Spirit is just so much more encompassing. Like, I believe we're spiritual beings and we live in an earthly body. And I believe we're fearfully and wonderfully made, and that's why it's so hard to be happy in life, because I don't know about you, but life really feels two-dimensional to me so often when I feel like we're three-dimensional. You know what I mean? I'm like, why do I have so many of these deep desires that supersede anything the world can offer me? I mean, I pictured it this morning, I'm like, what would I rather have? The Son of the living God coming to me in a dream or in my living room and being completely affected on every level of my being, or, being a millionaire. I'm like, I'd rather have the Son of the living God come to my living room. I'd rather see him in a dream. I'd rather have an encounter that wrecks me for life in a good way. And so I just, before I got too far into it, because I got to jump on my Zoom training fairly soon, I was like, I got to share this because I know I'm opening a can of worms. I'm like, oh boy, if I shift my attention right now and seek heaven right now, things are going to happen. And I don't know if I'm going to be ready for that Zoom meeting. But I just had to get on here and share that. Because, my whole life, I've believed in God, and I've profoundly heard his voice, like, internally. It's really hard to explain. But I've been led, no doubt, I've been led by God, throughout my life. And, at times you feel the tingly, if you want to call it presence or whatnot. But I've never had, like, a total experience that just wrecked me. I've had to live by faith a lot, even though I've seen God just open doors to me and give me favor everywhere I go. I mean, every job I've worked, I've always been given leadership positions or offered them. If I didn't want them, they at least offered it to me. And the Bible talks about Jesus being the most precious treasure and something of infinite value is not easily found. Like, I believe salvation is a free gift. But to have his presence come to you, I think that's the treasure that's worth spending the rest of your life to have. I mean, when I prayed the prayer of salvation, I did feel like an inner transformation. And I have that inner knowing, and I have rock solid faith. Like, you could point out, oh, why is there still death? Why is there still suffering? And I'd be like, I don't know. Honestly, I don't know. But I have this rock solid faith. I just do. It's just a part of my DNA. But I want an encounter with God Almighty while on this earth. I don't want to have to wait for heaven. And that's kind of what I'm wrestling through this morning. Oh, I better go.